Alright guys, this is Chris from Team Innovate. Just before I start out this thing, I hope you guys rate. Well, there's actually not rating anymore. I'm sorry, I'm kind of drunk. And I always forget that anyway. There's thumbs up and there's subscribing, but I want you to do both. Up on this side, I'm going to do a link to Wolfpack, and then on this side, I'm going to do a link to Team Innovate. Well, actually, I'm not even doing the links. They're doing the links because it's their video. But yeah, so I'm going to show you a little deck video. And the name, I haven't even really made a name, so I'm going to call it Camsha Chaos. So, yeah, here's is going to go. Basically, I'll start off with my tuners. I got 2 effect failures. I mean, it's not really, like, you don't even need to explain it. It's effect failures.
I know.
And, so, I mean, that's what you go for. 1 Plague, because I'm mad nasty with Plague. And, you know, it's just silly. There's so many plays you can go on. Junk Synchron, because I do run Doppel Warriors. I'll show you some of the plays I can do later. The Love Leader, because Love Leader does work, and it makes Trish like 8 times out of 9. It's silly. Fader, because lots of decks are getting really stacky, and they can just slam out 3,000 beaters, and when they're like, I got game, and you just drop max C, and they're like, F it, and they fear OTK protection. They fear Gores, but they think that they can get over Gores, and I drop max C, and they overextend, and I drop Fader, and I'm just like, jerk, jerk, jerk. So, I mean, that's silly right there. Double Doppel Warrior. I did steal a little bit of the pieces from the Doppel deck, but that's because Doppel is a boss card. I mean, Dandelion's down at 1. I refuse to use the Plan Engine, and Doppel Warrior gets me the tokens I need. I got Trip Rykos, self-explanatory, Mill, Destruction. I've got Double Max C. You know what it does. It's silly.
You know what?
Gets
That's an amazing tech choice. Yes, I didn't think you was gonna be like I want to get a playset of this.
I wish Max C with it, when he just explained the Max C, dropping Max C, and then having your opponent overextend thinking they have game.
Either they overextend or they stop right there.
No, not even that. When they think they have game, and then he plays Battle Fader, and then
it's
you're just like
a surprise.
It's like whatever. I +6. Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty silly. I mean, you guys already know, if you guys have been keeping track of the YCSs, most people play like 2 Max Cs, and they play it at 2 because it's for a reason. I mean, Max C gets you instant card draw.
But they 1 or 2.
If they put up the duel, you'll see when I drop Max C and then continuously remove his Tengus just to get extra draws. There's so many ways to use it. Sangan, you guys know what Sangan does. It's like one of the best searches in the game. It's old. Double Lila, the backward destruction, not much needed in this game, but it's also the mill, and it fuels my solar recharges. Trip Solar Recharge. Trip Chaos Sorcerer, because this is a Chaos deck, and this guy does work. Notice how I have every rarity here. This is the Common, this is the Turbo Pack Ultra, this is the, whatever, Gold Rare, but I want all Turbo Pack.
Yeah, from my Duzu game, there's never been a point where he could not summon a Chaos Sorcerer to all me.
We'll explain later why this deck does so well.
I'm going to just put it out there. If you got Ultra Chaos Sorcerers, let me know. I'm going to put up a new binder video. I want to trade. Dad, ew, it's gay. It's
Where's your secret? Where's your secret?
My secret's back with Jason. So, yeah, I'm going to try to win an ulti. I would love an ulti. Gores, ulti Gore, or Ultra Gores is nice. BLS, there's nothing you need to even know about BLS.
What rarity is that?
It's gold.
Hey,
I know,
whatever,
it's not Invasion of Chaos, but you know what? Invasion of Chaos or not, BLS still ends games, especially with Army Arm. Trigodia, you guys already know this does drop. You can steal monsters, you can copy stars. It's a wombo combo card because you can just do so many plays off of it. Allure of Darkness, if you need that to be explained, you're bad at this game. Solar Recharge, Pot of Avarice, Reinforcements, Charge Light Brigade, Gold Sark, because I mill a lot in this deck, and there's some things you just can't mill off, like Pot of Avarice. And so as soon as you get the Gold Sark in hand, if you do not have Pot of Avarice in hand, you Gold Sark Pot of Avarice. 1 for 1 because it keeps me going. Mind Control, and that's staple. Dark Hole, MSTs, Hobby League MSTs, because, I mean, I'm a judge, and at one point, Hobby Leagues were considered to be illegal, but now they're not, and if you notice, they are extremely thick and almost considerably easy to stack. So you play a Hobby League card, it's free stacking that you can't get in trouble for. This crap ends up in hand so often first turn. Heavy Storm, Monsterborn, and last but not least, the only trap you need really in this format, Trap the Shoot. So
I disagree with that. I play 12.
Okay, we'll talk about the.
We'll do questions afterwards.
And so basically, I'll show you my extra deck, and I'll just go into some of the combos I can do. Of course, Trish. Some of the meta is defined on whether or not you can go into Trish and how many times. Miststorm, don't have a Miststorm yet.
I
Maybe
will
probably hook you up.
Okay, I was about to be like, maybe you YouTubers can help me out, but apparently Wolf Swag has got me. So Stardust, Scrap, Colossal Cockblock.
Colossal, really?
Colossal is really good with
I love
BLS.
Colossal. I'm not gonna lie.
Amazing
One
with
time
BLS.
I had two Warriors engraved. I suicided with a BLS. I took that mofo's BLS and swung over his monster for game. It's sick. Colossal Fighter is good. It's a big beater. Even under skill drain, it keeps coming back to the field. Hence why I call it Colossal Cockblock. Black Rose Dragon, Arcanite Magician, Brionic, Guynet. I hate this card, but you know what? I had an extra slot, and the 26 beater for a 6 is not bad.
If you hated, you're back.
Frozen Fitzgerald. I mean, Frozen Fitzgerald. You don't bring it out much, but against Sheehan, it's pretty funny. You're just like suicide, and then you just like drop a card and you bring it back. Catastort, no explanation. Hyper Librarian, broken. Junk Synchron can be broken with Doppel. Armor Arm, you know what it is. Foremost Synchron, if it wasn't down at 1, it'd be mad stupid right now. Chris Tokens.
Well, lower a little bit.
I mean, you can't.
YC, no,
you can't get better than this.
This is from Nats, by the way.
It's from Nationals. I've got the you mad bro and the
You
into
mad?
scoop face. Now a little thing I just want to like go into. It's kind of silly. My shirt was the same color. It had the same color as the green screen behind it. So if you notice in this one, there's a piece of pink in the middle of like the V of my shirt because it was green, and so it changed the color of the background. With this one, much harder to see, but there's a lot of like little green, blue in it because it was also the same color. So yeah, green shirt equals silly little things. So yeah, basically before I go, I just like to show you some of the obvious plays. I don't run the plan engine, but that doesn't mean I can't go wombo combo on your ass.
Wait up.
No, let's do the combos and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Milling Effect Veiler might seem bad, but in my deck, it's pretty freaking magic because, yeah, I don't run Global, I don't run Spore. Not an issue. I will go straight up into Spore, the Effect Veiler into Graveyard, and I'll just Junk Synchron, Special Summon Spore, Special Summon Doppel Warrior, and at this point, I've got whenever I find it, I've got a pretty legit field set up. But automatically that goes into
Librarian,
I'm so drunk right now.
And a one.
So I mean, oh my gosh, I'm just dropping cards everywhere. But basically, what this will look like: Junk Synchron, Doppel Warrior, and Effect Veiler will end up with a Hyper Librarian, as soon as I find a Foremost Synchron, and 1 token. This gets you 2 draws unless your opponent has Effect Veiler. Normally, this is enough to either just sit there and go Black Rose when they set their stuff, or go into game.
To be fair, if your opponent didn't Effect Veiler with your Junk Synchron, they're pretty bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, they either have Effect Veiler for Junk Synchron, or it's pretty bad. But, yeah,
well,
so my deck has
FYI, that fuels lights, darks, and it fuels actually 2 lights, 2 darks, and then you also have the token.
So this deck is pretty silly. Once I get that combo off, even if I sing for Black Rose, I've officially put 3 darks and 2 lights into my graveyard, making my deck viable to open up on your ass at any point. Of course, BLS, so silly. I run Dad, and my deck has such good graveyard control that unless you hit me when I already use Pot of Avarice and I have 6 darks in grave, Dad is pretty much live throughout any point in the duel. Because I run triple Chaos Sorcerer, I'm just going to give a shout out to Chris Bowling because you know, he did that crap in YCS and I really like the idea. My changes build a little bit, like I don't run the Plan Engine, I don't run double Tragodia, but the triple Chaos Sorcerers I like so much because they are so able to wreck face in this format. I mean, how many times I just put it on the field, remove a monster, bring back Level Leader, and sink for Trishula. It's kind of devastating. So yeah. That's pretty much my deck. It is Chaos. I do not use the Plan Engine because I think the Plan Engine is pretty gay. Flame me if you want. It's what I do. But, yeah. I mean,
you're talking about against 2 Plan Engine users.
I don't use plants.
Okay, about one of the best.
Just no.
Just me.
You're not.
Okay, one of the most.
You haven't even gotten your
legendary.
Because I got a deck.
Because you got a deck check and you got owned.
Dude, I fuck up that shit sometimes.
So you see what happens? I'm gonna put my face in the camera. You see what happens? People argue and they're drunk and they get salty and you know it's just what happens. But what I'm just trying to say is I wanted to show people that you can make a meta deck that rapes face without using the current meta cards, like Tour Guide and the Plan Engine. It's just what you do. So I mean, what I just basically want to say is, you guys, be innovative, make good decisions. You can see my face. I know you're wet. Just saying.
Chris, I want to say something. A lot of your cards are not necessarily cheap to get. Like BLS goes for like 50.
BLS is the only expensive.
But most of your deck is a pretty budget deck, and I really like that fact about you, that you managed to make a deck that's really cheap and really good. I mean, I haven't went against you on a video match. I think I beat you once before, but
you beat me
one duel out of
one match. I think I beat you one match, but I think the deck is really good, and you guys can make this easily for less than $100. The biggest thing, the only thing is the extra deck. But other than that, I completely agree with you. This is a really good deck, and I wish you'd stay for regionals because you would have done really good.
Well, you see, I'm about to go to regionals this weekend unless I get sold out. And if I get sold out, that's going to suck because a bunch of scrubs are obviously going to make it to the top because I'm not in there. So what I'm just saying right now is that you too could make this deck for under $100. The BLS is the only thing that really costs over $25. But what I will say is, even if you make this deck,
$30, bro.
Will you be able to make that shit broken? And even so.
Throw the comments though, in all seriousness, this deck looks awful on paper.
But
I have seen this. It does. It's basically
it does work.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It does work.
It is pretty epic. So I hope you guys really like my deck profile. Like I said, there will be links to, as long as those lazy ass bars put it up, there will be links to Team Innovate. There will be links to some other videos. But yeah, I hope you subscribe to both channels. I will be putting up new videos promoting Team Wolfpack and Wolf Swag.
Well, hey everybody, Wolf Swag,
Silver Fang Swag. So yeah, I hope you guys like the video, and
we'll be seeing you soon.
Cheer up.
Thanks, guys.
Adios.